Hi and welcome to The Witch in the Woods, and today I'm going to talk about Beltane, what it is, what its traditions are, and some ways to celebrate it. So Beltane comes from the Gaelic Beltane, which means bright fires, and it is of course one of the fire festivals. It marks the beginning of summer, and it was traditional of course to light a fire at these four-quarter festivals, and this fire would be lit on a hillside, and they would drive their cattle through it or jump through it to purify themselves and to purify their cattle, and to also mark ceremonies like hand fasting and getting married. It is of course a time of sensuality and sexuality and passion, and as you can tell by these beautiful blossoms, it's a very sensuous time. It's a time where young people would go out into the fields and make love, and they would have blessings of the community, and if any children came from this, then they were considered an extremely lucky and blessed child. Oh, they smell so good. So Beltane is of course the time when the hawthorn blossom emerges, and it was traditional to go out and gather the hawthorn, and although it's said to be unlucky to bring it into your home, quite a lot of people would leave it on their doorstep or hang it from their door handle, and leave it outside the house to bless and ward off bad energies. Young maidens would also go out and gather the dew from the hawthorn blossom or from the long grass and bathe themselves in it. And it was said that if you bathed your face with it, it would make you beautiful and attractive, and it would help to attract your partner to you. So bathing your face in the hawthorn blossom was said to bring you beauty and sensuality and attract your true love to you. Of course you could still do it if you're in a couple, but it was in fact tradition to go out and make love into the fields at this time of year. Sadly, the hawthorn blossom is rarely out anymore because of the calendar changing, which means that Beltane, which once was on the 1st of May, actually now kind of takes place on the 15th of May, and this is the time when the hawthorn blossom is actually out. Beltane could also be celebrated around the time of the full moon, and in fact when we didn't have Gregorian calendars, it was more likely to be celebrated at the full moon. And so if you want to wait until the hawthorn blossom emerges, then the full moon is a good time to do your Beltane ceremonies. Oh, this is the most beautiful tree and blossom I could find, and it came to the top of a hill. Sadly it's quite close to a road. So Beltane marks the time when, of course, the leaves start to emerge and the flowers are out and the whole world is waking up. It's the time of the union between the god and the goddess that creates fertility and abundance, and this is marked by the sacred marriage. The hawthorn is of course a magical tree and it's associated with fairies. Beltane is a time when the fairies are moving home from their winter abode to their summer abode. So one of my favourite things about Beltane is it's the time when the bluebells emerge, and it makes the woodlands so magical and fairy-like. So I went to see if I could find some bluebells. Bluebell woods are said to be enchanted places where the fairies dwell. These endangered flowers are quite rare, and if you find some, it means you are in an ancient woodland. Of course, you should never pick bluebells. Not only is it illegal, but it is said that if you do, you'll be led astray by the fairy folk, and you may never be found again. When the bluebells ring, it is said that it calls the fairies to a gathering. But it is extremely unlucky if a human hears the bells, for they may die soon after. The bluebell wood then is sacred to the fairy folk. Some legends say that those who wore a garland of bluebells would be compelled to speak only the truth. And to win the one you love, you should turn a bluebell inside out without tearing it, and your wish will be granted. So when walking through bluebell woods, be careful. Not only do fairies use bluebells to lure humans away, but damaging the bulbs would destroy the flower's power to reproduce. So if you have respect for the fairy kind, tread gently. See that? It's pretty. So for this Beltane, there's a couple of things I wanted to do. I wanted to come out and find some wildflowers, and I also wanted to make a painting of the May Queen, who is the personification of all the beauty and abundance of the earth at this time. So I came to this place where wildflowers grow, and apart from dandelions, there's a whole load of primroses here at the moment, and some red campion coming up. So let's have a look around.